And today, we're doing a deep dive into the Stars of GCT Award. We've got this really fascinating collection of introduction speeches from a recent event. It was celebrating the alumni of the Government College of Technology, GCT, in India.
Yeah, and it's more than just like a list of names and impressive job titles, right?
Definitely. Our goal is to pull out the surprising stuff, the personal stories, those lessons they learned both at GCT and in their careers afterwards.
You want to understand what really drives success, what makes people contribute across such different fields. You've got public service, tech, entrepreneurship. It's incredibly diverse.
Yeah, it really gives you a fresh perspective on what an engineer's path can actually look like. Shows how that basic engineering education can lead to some, well, really unexpected and impactful places.
It's quite a journey, seeing how the idea of being an engineer has evolved.
Okay, so let's start by unpacking something that maybe feels a bit surprising. We usually think of engineering, private industry, building things for companies.
Right, the typical image.
But what's really striking in these sources is just how many GCT alumni are making a serious national impact in public service.
It is striking. It's a real shift in perspective, seeing these analytical minds applied way beyond traditional engineering roles. Let's start with some really fascinating examples from the Indian Revenue Service, the IRS.
Okay, yeah. Take Mr. Haresh. He's from the 2007 mechanical engineering batch, joined the IRS back in 2011, and his achievements are, well, pretty staggering.
They really are. He apparently detected tax evasion worth around 6,000 crores. That's, what, 60 billion rupees?
Yeah, an incredible number.
And out of that, he managed to recover 950 crores, so 9.5 billion rupees.
Huge numbers. But, how does a mechanical engineer do that? What's the specific insight they bring to, complex financial crime?
Well, it seems to be about applying that core engineering mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Think about diagnosing a complex machine, looking for hidden flaws or inefficiencies.
Okay.
Harish seems to have applied that same systematic approach to financial systems, looking for weird patterns, identifying the systemic bugs, you could say, that pointed to evasion. It's about understanding complex systems optimization, not just crunching numbers.
Right. Applying that structured problem-solving logic to financial stuff. That makes sense. A compelling parallel.
Exactly. And another great example is Mr. Senthil Vavan. He's from way back, the 1977 Electrical and Electronics Engineering batch.
Okay.
As an additional director in GGS and DM, he used his EE background and, get this, even an M.Tech in laser technology.
Laser technology. How did that help with tax evasion?
Well, he used it to uncover really complex tax evasion and smuggling cases. It kind of challenged the traditional view of what an engineer does, right? That laser tech background, it wasn't just theory. It trained his mind to see extremely precise, often hidden connections in, huge amounts of data.
Ah, okay. So perfect for untangling those complex financial webs others might just miss.
Precisely. It shows how specialized technical training can give you an edge in unexpected places. And this sort of engineered approach to problem solving, it's showing up in law enforcement, too.
That's really interesting. Tell me more.
Well, consider Mr. S. Athiaman. He's a Deputy Superintendent of Police, a DSP, in Mettupalayam, from the 2019 Mechanical Engineering batch.
So a recent grad going into policing.
Yeah, and he noticed something remarkable in his own police training batch.
What was that?
Get this, 17 out of the 19 DSPs in his batch were engineers.
17 out of 19. Wow.
And wait, it gets better. 13 of those 17 engineers were women.
13 women engineers becoming DSPs in one batch. That's incredible. What does this signal, do you think?
Well, it seems to signal a clear recognition that engineers, with their, structured problem-solving logical thinking,
Right.
and now technical knowledge in areas like blockchain for secure data or AI for pattern recognition, they're uniquely equipped for modern policing challenges.
Makes sense.
Mr. Athiaman specifically mentioned the rise in cybercrime complaints. You see it in cities like Coimbatore, Chennai, Madurai.
So it's not just about patrolling streets anymore. It's tackling sophisticated digital crime that needs real technical know-how.
Exactly. And this systematic engineered approach, it extends even higher into leadership in critical infrastructure.
Okay, like where?
Take Sri Kasi Viswanathan, 1987 Mechanical Engineering batch, also IRSME, so railways background. He's now the chairman of Cochin Port Trust.
Cochin Port Trust, that's a huge responsibility, overseeing all those ships on the Arabian coast.
It's immense. And he's got 3 decades of experience leading Indian Railways, ITL Limited. Quite the background.
So what was his key message?
It wasn't just about making decisions. It was about making quality decisions
Mm.
and really thinking through the knock-on effects.
The consequences.
Yeah, that foresight, that accountability is absolutely critical when you're managing massive, complex systems, like a national railway or a major international port. You have to see the bigger picture.
Delivering with foresight, considering the ripples.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so let's pivot a bit. From public service to innovation and technology, this might feel like a more, let's say, traditional fit for engineers.
Maybe more traditional, yeah, but the applications we saw are still incredibly diverse and really impactful.
Right, like who?
Okay, consider Mr. Rajkumar Madhuram, 1995 computer science engineering. He's the CTO of C1X Inc. Before that, he developed a native ads platform at Yahoo, valued at over $1 billion.
$1 billion. Okay, that's serious stuff. And there's a direct link back to GCT too, right?
There is, yeah. He actively recruits GCT students. About 10 a year, he said, for internships and full-time jobs.
Oh, wow.
And he offers a starting salary of $9 lakhs per annum. That's around, what, 10,000 US? Which is a very competitive start for new grads in India.
That says a lot about the quality of GCT's training, doesn't it? That companies are actively seeking them out and paying well.
It really does. It signals that the education is relevant, high caliber. Then moving on, there's Mr. Bhargav Araman, 2002 mechanical engineering batch, now chief AI officer at 5C Network.
Mechanical engineer to chief AI officer. Another interesting path.
Yeah. He's got over 20 years building and scaling AI products. But what's really compelling is his focus.
Which is?
Using AI specifically in healthcare, he's tackling non-communicable diseases, think diabetes, heart conditions. There's just so much data there.
Right.
And he's using AI not just for diagnosis, but for prediction, for management. The potential impact on people's lives globally is just huge.
Yeah, healthcare AI is definitely a massive area. The influence here is clearly widespread. We also heard from Ms. Chitra Hariharan, didn't we, in 1984, electronics and communication engineering.
We did. A serial entrepreneur. Built 4 startups, apparently, in electronics and semiconductors.
4 startups?
Yeah. And now she's head of university relations, government affairs, and startup collaborations at Renesas Electronics. And she shared something really exciting for current GCT students.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
GCT is going to be providing semiconductor kits and PCB design tools, printed circuit board tools.
Whoa! Actual hardware kits and design tools for students.
Yeah, for electrical, electronics, even civil engineering students, she mentioned. That's a massive advantage.
Yeah.
Puts current students right at the cutting edge.
And aligns perfectly with India's big push in semiconductors. That's fantastic.
Exactly. And then there's Manohar Swaminathan, 1982 Electronics and Communication Engineering, senior principal researcher at Microsoft Research India.
Microsoft Research, okay. What's his area?
He's known for pioneering work in accessibility, making tech usable for everyone. He shaped the field through work at IIT Bangalore ed tech companies.
So his passion isn't just about the next big product. It's about real-world impact, inclusivity.
Precisely. You know, for you listening, these stories really show how that fundamental engineering knowledge, even from different branches, gets applied directly to cutting-edge tech, innovations that genuinely make a difference.
And this drive, it's not just in big tech firms, is it? It seems to be a powerful force for entrepreneurs, too, building new businesses, new industries.
Oh, absolutely. Which brings us nicely to our next theme, entrepreneurship and business excellence. Here we see engineers not just innovating, but like building and leading, inspiring others.
Okay, so who stands out here?
Well, there's Mr. Hrishikesh Ramani, 2002 production engineering. He's now head of Dabur Industry. That's a huge company.
Dabur, right. Massive. And his background?
Production engineering.
Yeah.
But he's got 20-plus years managing operations across different countries, manufacturing, supply chain, contract management, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
He really blends that engineering efficiency with, global business sense.
Makes sense for production engineering, managing complex systems. Okay, who else?
Then there's Mr. K.S. Subramaniam, 1977 mechanical engineering, director of Sodal Tech.
Sodal Tech, what do they do?
They make paper conversion and recycling machines. And get this, they have over 500 global customers.
500 global customers for specialized machinery. That really shows the power of deep expertise, finding that niche on a world scale.
Exactly. Building a global business from specialized engineering.
Strong examples of business leadership. But it wasn't just traditional business, was it? There seemed to be this thread of social impact and resilience, too.
Yes, absolutely. That came through really clearly. Consider Padmanabhan Gopalan, 2014 production engineering.
Okay.
He's got awards like the International Visionary Award, the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister's State Youth Award, all for his work in social entrepreneurship, sustainability, innovation.
So, using his skills for social good, what did he say about GCT?
What he shared personally was really telling, I thought. He credited GCT for teaching him, like, fundamental life lessons and the importance of friendships.
Friendships?
Yeah, get this. He runs his company with 4 of his old GCT hostel mates.
No way. Runs his company with his college buddies.
Yeah. It's just such a powerful example of how those early connections can literally be the foundation of your professional life. It's quite inspiring.
That really is. Wow. And who else represented that entrepreneurial spirit?
Equally compelling was Mr. G. Lamperthy, 2016 production engineering, another serial entrepreneur, brand strategist, film producer, founded several companies, V. Phillips, Parinati Productions, Mercury Movies.
Film producer, too. That's diverse.
Right. And he credits GCT directly for giving him the confidence, the discipline, to just start his own company straight after graduating.
Confidence and discipline. That seems to be a recurring theme.
It does. And he had a message for the current students, too, about the importance of accepting failure, learning from it.
Resilience. Crucial for any entrepreneur, right?
Absolutely essential. And that resilience, that way of thinking, it seems to stem from something deeper that GCT provides, beyond just the technical stuff.
Which leads us perfectly into our kind of final theme, the lasting impact of GCT, the core effect on life and learning.
Exactly. We heard from Mrs. Mubina Mubarak, 2015 civil engineering. She talked about how GCT taught her that fundamental problem solving, breaking down complex challenges.
Classic engineering skill, yeah.
But she also mentioned developing a macro approach, seeing the bigger picture, understanding how public policy affects daily life.
So it's not just technical skill, it's a whole way of thinking, applicable everywhere.
Precisely. And the stories about support, those lifelong connections, they were really quite heartwarming.
Yeah, there was that amazing story from an alumnus about his first day back in 1977.
Oh, right. The first-year officer, Mr. Palaniswamy, helping his father out financially, right there on the spot.
Instantly. It just set this tone of care, community,
Yeah?
like a family bond right from day one. Explains maybe why the alumni network is so strong.
It really does paint a picture of a supportive environment. And Dr. Ravindra Gettu, 1984 civil engineering, he's a renowned academic, he really stressed friendships, too.
What did he say?
He shared that 11 of his college friends still meet online every Saturday for 2 hours to discuss, and I quote, all the problems of the world and families.
Every Saturday for 2 hours after all these years. That's incredible dedication.
It is. And he joked, Google does not know about me, kind of highlighting how much more important those personal bonds are than public recognition.
That's lovely. It makes you think about the struggles, too. Like we heard from Hishikesh Ramani again, the head of Dabur.
Yeah.
He was really honest. He admitted he just wanted to pass his electronics viva, his oral exam.
Relatable for many students, I bet.
Totally. But his message to current students was actually quite profound. He said, if you don't know why you chose engineering yet, don't worry. GCT will guide you and your friends will be there no matter what.
Wow. That speaks volumes about unconditional support, doesn't it? That sense of community beyond just the classes.
It really does. And maybe the most moving story, for me anyway, came from an alumnus introduced by Dr. Manoharan. He described GCT as having a deep place in his heart.
Yeah, I remember that.
He shared that the memory of his mother's poem, which she sent in a letter when he first went to America for his PhD back in '84, that memory was his greatest award, more than any professional achievement.
That's incredibly touching. Puts things in perspective.
Doesn't it? And he also thanked his department chairman, Mr. Sankar, for giving him the independence and liberty to learn, which says a lot about the teaching environment, too.
It really does. That freedom to explore.
So, for you listening, these stories, they really show that college is about so much more than just classes and degrees, right?
Absolutely. It's about building character, learning how to handle challenges, forging those connections that last a lifetime.
That seems to be the real bedrock for success. You hear it again and again. Alumni saying GCT gave them the confidence, the discipline to chase their dreams, whether it's starting a company or contributing to society.
And that gratitude, that connection, it translates into a real desire to give back. You see it in the internships, the job opportunities, even those semiconductor kits Mrs. Hariharan talked about.
Yeah. It really reinforces that idea they mentioned. GCT as a platform for the student, of the student, by the student, using its network for, national development ultimately.
A powerful cycle.
So, okay, wrapping up this deep dive into the stars of GCT, What's the main takeaway? For me, I think it's this picture of success that's just so multifaceted.
Yeah, it's definitely mixed. Sharp technical skills, for sure. That's the foundation.
That also, the courage to innovate, right?
Yeah.
That commitment to keep growing personally,
Mhm.
and this deep dedication to helping the community.
Couldn't agree more. And maybe the deepest thing, the most profound, is that enduring impact of a strong foundation. Those supportive mentors, those lifelong friends we talked about.
Yeah, that seems to be what really propels people to achieve great things in so many different ways.
It suggests that, while the technical skills open the door, it's the human connections, the personal resilience you build in those early
Yeah.
years. That's what truly unlocks your potential.
Hmm. So a final thought then, for you listening, as you navigate your own path, how will you identify and really nurture those foundational experiences, those relationships that are going to be your bedrock?
And maybe also, how will you define and chase your own unique kind of impact? Perhaps drawing some lessons from these really inspiring stories of contribution, collaboration that we heard today.